Peace. This is his brother Jason coming to you with another video. We're back. I know it's been a while, but working and other things in life kind of prohibited me on making videos, but we're back and we're gonna start rolling them out. We're gonna start rolling the information out. So let's jump right into it. This video is called Where Does God Live? Where does God live? Just to let you know a little bit about myself on a religious or spiritual note. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not a part of an organized so-called religious group. I respect all religion. I'm well versed and well studied in mostly all religion. And I do believe that it is a higher power. I do believe that we don't know the higher power name because God is like a title, about like supervisor or boss. So I think God is like that generic name. But we're gonna use God in the sake of the video. And like I said, I'm a very spiritual person that respects everyone's religion. And I think that we grow up in America with religious beliefs according to where we grew up and our family background. I grew up a Christian. I later on studied Islam. And I think all of it is great. I think all of it is truth. It's truth in the Bible and the Holy Quran. And so you can't dispute the truth, you know. It's great moral values in those books. I look at it as more like a compass to life, like a metaphoric compass to life. A lot of things in those books are allegory. Actually, the Holy Bible said that these things are written in allegory. So a lot of those things are stories that you can put on any part of your life. You could take any story in the Bible and put it in your life to make you a better person. With that being said, where does God live? Where does God live? Now, in the scripture, it says that God dwells within the temple. And we all know with this thing right here, you know, this big thing that I have, these two objects on the side are called the temple. And God said that he does not dwell in the bricks and mortar, but he dwells within the temple. God also said that he made man in his likeness. So I think that God dwells within. And if you want to hear God, then be quiet. Be quiet, sit down, and you will actually hear God speak to you. A lot of people call it intuition. Now, the difference between intuition and intellect is, intuition is that voice that you hear when you about that yay or nay, when you're about to do something wrong. If you go into a store and about to steal, then you hear that voice saying, no, don't do it. Or when you fall in love, that feeling that says yes. Now, intellect is when you override that feeling for your own personal enjoyment or belief. when you go in that store and think about stealing that candy, and that voice inside that says, don't do it, and you override it by saying, oh, well, I want it, so you override it, that's intellect. Which I think that your intellect can be very dangerous. Everything has a balance. So everything has a good and a bad. But intuition doesn't have a good and a bad. Intuition only has correctness, because it is that God voice inside of you telling you the right things to do. Intellect has a good and a bad. When you override that God voice inside of you and you say what you want to do, well, I know it's wrong, but no one's looking, so I'm gonna get it. You know? Now, reason why I say intellect is good and bad is when you do override that God voice and you say, well, I do want this candy, ain't nobody looking. When you bring that intellect back to match with your intuition, then that's the good intellect. The old cartoons displayed this well with the devil on one shoulder and the angel on one shoulder. That was an allegory in itself, but it had truth to it, because you actually do have a yes and no a spirit inside of you. It's something that a lot of African practice. It's called the laws of Maat. M-A-A-T. It's called the laws of Maat. Now, the laws of Maat is truth, justice, righteousness, right order of things. That's it. If you don't read any books in your entire life, then those set of rules can get you through life. I think that the average person has a war with themselves. When you go to church and you get saved, or you go to the mosque and you choose to follow Allah, or you choose to follow God and do away with your bad ways, it's like a war inside of your body. It's like a war take place. And it's hard, because anytime you so used to doing something for so long, it's like that drug, that alcohol, or that cigarette that you try to stop. And that's how your body reacts. But getting back to the subject, if you don't believe that you have another spiritual being inside of you, you can close your eyes and you could not say anything. I want everybody to try it. Close your eyes, and without saying it out loud, tell yourself, I love you, without actually saying it out loud. And you heard that voice? That's that God spirit inside of you. Now, you can actually say words without actually saying it out loud, talking out loud. One of my favorite gospel songs is called It's the God in Me. And believe that God is in you. God dwells in you. If we believe that God is everywhere, then we have to believe and know that God is in you. And every day you have to strive to try to bring that godliness out of you. Try to manifest it. If you take an oath from God, if you add an oath from God, then you get good. And that's the number one reason of how you bring that godliness out of you. By just being good, respectful, honorable. You can't serve two masters. Can't do it. Just like you can't be in two places at one time. So every day you have to strive for righteousness. Strive to be a better person. And I guarantee you, you will bring that God spirit out of you. It's like you can tell by a person walking, they talk, that it's something about that person. And that is God manifesting himself in you. So every day, just strive to be a better person. And it's like baby steps. And like I said, it's like a war go inside of your body when you try to do good. I mean, this world is so evil that it's constantly gonna try to pull you back. See, the devil or negativity doesn't bother people who is already doing evil. But the devil or negativity tries to draw that person back in who is now trying to manifest that godliness out of themselves. So you fight that war every day. Every day you fight that war within yourself. Now this is just part one of this video. We probably gonna do another part of this video. And also we're gonna come back with a lot more videos. I'm back. So we got a lot of information that we're gonna talk about. And under the comment section, you can also drop a comment and what you would like, what subject you would like for me to speak on. Till next time, peace.